Have you ever signed up for something you're all excited to learn more, and then, bam, you're just immediately bombarded with sales pitches? It's such a common mistake, and today, we're going to break down exactly how to avoid it. We're diving into a blueprint for a non-salesy welcome email sequence that builds real trust right from that very first hello.
Oh, we all know this feeling, right? That super awkward, I don't know you vibe when a stranger just jumps straight to the pitch. It completely kills the connection before it even has a chance to start. And this quote just hits the nail on the head. That's the exact feeling most automated welcome emails give off, and they totally waste the golden opportunity they were just handed.
And wow, what an opportunity it is. Get this, a whopping 74% of subscribers expect to get a welcome email the second they sign up. I mean, they are literally sitting there waiting to hear from you. This is one of those rare moments where you have their complete, undivided attention. The stakes are incredibly high to get this first impression right. So you've got this perfect storm, right? A subscriber who's ready and waiting, and a brand that's eager to connect. It sounds like a recipe for success. But so often, this is exactly where everything breaks down. Let's dig into why the standard approach just falls flat on its face.
Here's the core issue. Most email sequences are built completely backward. They start with the company's goal, make a sale and make it fast. This leads to what feels like a panic attack disguised as marketing, just a frantic rush of discounts and product links. It totally ignores why the person even signed up in the first place. They have a problem, and they're hoping you're the one with the solution. So, to fix this, we need a huge mindset shift. It's all about moving from a company-focused pitch to a subscriber-centric connection. You know, it's about earning the right to sell later by providing just undeniable value first. You've got to give before you can ask. And this slide just lays out the difference perfectly. On the left, you've got that typical salesy approach. It's all about the company. The focus is the sale, the first email is a discount code, the stories are just bragging, and you get this confusing mess of links to click. But on the right, that's the subscriber-centric way. The focus is on their needs. The first email delivers on your promise. The storytelling is about a shared struggle. And the call to action? Simple, clear, and low pressure. Okay, so let's get actionable. Here is a super simple 3-email blueprint designed to build that crucial foundation of trust. Think of this as the antidote to that panic attack model we were just talking about. This is how you do it right over the first week of that brand new relationship.
Now, the pacing here is really intentional. It's designed to feel like a natural conversation, not a high-pressure sales funnel. On day 0, the moment they sign up, you hit them with immediate value. A few days later, on day 3, you build a deeper connection by sharing your story. And then, finally, on day 7, you gently introduce what's possible with a little social proof and a very soft invitation.
Let's break down email 1. The subject line needs to be simple and direct. Don't try to be clever. The most critical part, though, is to deliver what you promised. That PDF, that checklist, whatever, right at the top. Don't make them hunt for it. The goal here isn't a sale, it's to prove that you're reliable. And the call to action should be super low commitment, like inviting them to read a blog post, or even just to reply and say hi.
Okay, 3 days later, it's time for email 2. This is where you build credibility, but not by listing credentials. You do it by telling your story, but framed around the problem your subscriber is facing right now. You want them to read it and think, wow, this person gets it. They've been where I am. And the call to action, it's all about deepening that conversation.
And this is a perfect template for how that story should feel. It starts with empathy. I was exactly where you are. It validates their struggle by naming it, by mentioning those common things they probably already tried. And only then does it pivot to your big insight. See, it's not about you. It's about their journey, just seen through the lens of your own experience.
Finally, on day 7, we get to email 3. You've delivered value, you've built a connection. Now you show them what's possible. You do this with social proof, a quick story about a customer, someone just like them, who got the result they're dreaming of. This makes it feel real and attainable. And then you make your first offer, but it's framed as an invitation, not a demand.
The language you use here is absolutely critical. Phrases like "when you're ready" and "no pressure" completely shift the dynamic. It shows respect, it puts them in the driver's seat. The goal is to position yourself as a helpful guide offering a path forward, not as a salesperson pushing for the close. You're giving them total control.
Now look, having the right structure is one thing, but making it feel genuine, that's a whole other level. That's where the real magic happens. So let's run through a few pro tips for making these automated emails feel like they were written by a real person just for that.
This is a fantastic checklist. Write like you talk. Use contractions like you're and I'm. Keep your paragraphs super short. Nobody wants to read a wall of text. Ask questions. Make it feel like a real dialogue. Send it from a real person's name, not some generic info address. And please, remember the golden rule. One job, one call to action per email. Don't confuse people.
Now, if you want to take personalization to the next level, you can use something called interest-based segmentation. This goes way beyond just sticking their first name in the subject line. It means tailoring the content based on what you actually know about them. Did they sign up from a specific blog post? Great, talk about that. This makes your sequence feel incredibly relevant and shows you're actually listening.
And we absolutely cannot forget this. Over 60% of emails are opened on a mobile phone. Just think about that for a second. If your email is a dense wall of text, it's getting deleted before they even finish the first sentence. This means short paragraphs, tons of white space, and call to action buttons big enough for a thumb to tap are completely non-negotiable.
Okay, so you might be thinking, if the goal isn't an immediate sale, how do I know if this is actually working? And that's a really important question. We have to completely redefine what success looks like and start tracking the metrics that measure a real connection.
First off, your welcome emails should have a crazy high open rate, like 50 to 60%. But the real gold, that's the reply rate. If people are actually hitting reply to your automated emails, you are winning. That is the ultimate sign of trust. And also, keep an eye on long-term conversion. This strategy isn't about the quick sale. It's about building a loyal audience that buys down the road.
And this chart just brilliantly illustrates the end goal. You're aiming for a chart that looks exactly like this. Super high reply rates showing people are engaged and talking back, and really low unsubscribed rates, proving you've attracted the right people. This is the snapshot of a healthy, thriving email list.
Ultimately, this whole approach really comes down to this idea. A non-salesy welcome sequence isn't just a tactic, it's a reflection of a business philosophy. It's about showing up as a helpful, trustworthy human first. When you build your welcome sequence around genuine connection and real value, you're not just creating a better marketing funnel, you're building a better, more sustainable brand. And trust me, the sales, they will follow.